Hi everybody, it's Chef Rob from the Kitchen Market and Chef in Your Kitchen, my kitchen. Today I wanted to share with you about the art of sous vide. I get a lot of people asking me about, what is sous vide, how do you sous vide, techniques and stuff like that. It's really around sous vide started back in 1974. It got introduced into the culinary world. Of course, in France, a couple chefs were trying to master foie gras, and so they were using that technique that was really originated for pasteurizing stuff and stuff like that. So eventually, that just sort of grew, came over into North America, and it just really got right into the culinary world, especially restaurants and stuff like that. And it's really a great tool. You see a lot of people doing big weddings and stuff like that when you got to cook a massive amount of meat and stuff like that. This is a great technique for it. So, and during that journey, it's the tools sort of kind of changed. It was very at one time very expensive to get into sous vide. The tool for it was expensive, but then over time, as more and more people started using the technique, it eventually got into the price point where people in homes cooking in homes could use this technique and use these tools and the prices are pretty good in that for them right now. Now today, as I walk you through the technique of sous vide and that, I'm not promoting any particular sous vide wand. There's lots out there. I just encourage you guys to get on, look at the comments on them and really pick one, that really fits your style and your price point, right? So again, I'm not advocating any type of sous vide. Just, take a look out there. Hey, and if you ever want any suggestions, reach out to me. I'm glad to talk about them in that, okay? All right. So what a sous vide is really precise temperature cooking product, right? So today I thought I'd take you through a really nice, beautiful steak I picked up at Charles Meat. Now I thought I'd take you through that process of cooking steak. Now here's why we sous vide, and let's start with the steak. Always a challenge with cooking a steak, and I hear from lots of people. I get this beautiful steak, I throw it on a grill, I undercook it, I overcook it, and they struggle with it. Or let's say if you're having a large get together and you got a bunch of people, it's trying to manage cooking multiple steaks and really get them to that perfect doneness. So bringing in the sous vide technique just sort of really helps you, and just to me, it just elevates that game. And it's a great add-on tool to all your stuff in your kitchen now. Okay, now the piece that it does is the sous vide, like a steak. It is not it's not just beginning with sous vide, ending with sous vide. It's really around the sous vide is going to cook it to that perfect doneness, but you still need to finish it off to really give it that beautiful look in that. Okay, so what the other thing is, it's really around what do I add for things to enhance that meat. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the sous vide I have here. And again, you can get this on wherever. I have a nice little container. It's a little CO4 container. My sous vide here I use. The nice thing about the new sous vides out there today, they're all Bluetooth capable. So you can program them using Bluetooth and that. And the other thing is they'll have what I've seen, I've yet to see any not have it, but they'll have sort of cooking guides, a bunch of recipes. You can go online and you can see lots of recipes. And really it's around temperature versus the amount of time, right? So depending on how big your piece of protein is, time-wise and stuff like that. And it's really around, think about when we talk about temperatures, right? A medium rare steak, 135, to 139. Sorry, I apologize, a rare steak. A medium rare, we're getting into 140, 145, and then a well done into 150 to 155. So you're getting the sous vide really gives you that ability to get to that perfect cooked steak to the way you want it now. Okay. Now, here's the technique. It's really around water getting to that perfect temperature and holding that temperature while that piece of meat is cooking for us for the steak and getting it to that perfect doneness. Okay. Now, a couple things with it. I use Food Saver bags. Again, I'm not promoting any brand in that. I like vacuum seal bags. But you don't have to buy, a vacuum sealer and all that. You can just go with regular baggies, and then it's just really around as you submerge your product or meat into the water. You just got to sort of allow the air to get out of that bag, and then you seal it just before you immerse it all the way in. Okay. I like the bags. I just find it's easier. But the other thing I like about this brand, like our Food Saver bags or vacuum seal bags, and that is a lot of times I'll buy meat will go on sale. I'll go and buy it. What I do is I vacuum seal it in the bag, and then meat that I'm going to freeze and eat down the road. And that the reason I like it is what I do is when I use my vacuum seal bag, I leave a little extra on it. So what I do is when I take it out to thaw it out, I just cut a bit off the top. I'll take my meat out, I'll season it up, I'll clean the bag a bit, and then I'll reuse the bag again, and I'll seal it, and this is what I put in my sous vide in that. So just, trying to optimize, and keeping your costs down in that, okay? So in the sous vide, what really all it is we're going to, you can go on, like with mine, it's a Bluetooth, set your time, and sort of what doneness you want the steak, right? So for me today, I want to do a steak about medium. I want to do rare to medium, right in that range there, right? So I'm going to try this one at 139.5 is what I'm looking at it. And I'm just going to allow it for about 2 hours just to, in that sous vide, to cook the steak in that, okay? Now, again, for me, if you ever wonder what to get, head into the market and see one of these great vendors like Charles and Cressman and that, and they got some great meat in that. Okay, so here's my steak. And really, I'm not looking at a lot of seasoning in this, right? So one of the things I talked about with steaks that you don't want to over season it, whatever. So really, it's for me, it's two sort of things. Sorry, I apologize. Three things is kosher salt, fresh ground black pepper, and with the sous vide, I'm going to put in a couple of sprigs of thyme in there. Okay, that just sort of gives it a little extra flavor. So what we're doing is we're just going to season it up with a little salt. We're going to season it up with a little pepper. Okay, I'm just going to flip it over, and I'm going to season the other side up with a little salt and a little pepper. Okay, so I've got them just a little salt, little pepper in that. What I want to do is just sort of tap it down a bit. Okay, on both sides. I'm just going to tap it down on both sides. And then I'm just going to add that sprig of thyme to it. So I have my bag here. I'm just going to slide my steak into that bag. Okay. All right, and I'm just going to add that sprig of thyme. And I'm going to add a sprig of thyme on both sides. So you want it on both sides, whatever herb you're working with. So let's say if you're, one of the things if I'm doing lamb, nice lamb chops, sous vide, I would use a nice couple sprigs of rosemary on there, which is just absolutely wonderful. Okay, so now I'm going to take this to my vacuum sealer here. I'm going to seal it up and then get it ready to be put in the sous vide. I have my steak nicely vacuum sealed up in that, so all ready to go. And again, you can see I have that sprig of thyme on either side of it, a little salt, kosher salt, pepper in that. And really, that's the seasoning I need for a nice, beautiful steak in that. Okay. All right. I filled up my sous vide with hot water from the tap. What I want to do now is I want to set my sous vide to my desired temperature. And again, just follow the manuals that comes with your sous vide. I'm going to set the timer. I'm going to set the temperature. And one of the things I want to do is I want to get the water heated up before I put my meat in. So what I want to do is I want to get this water nicely heated up to that temperature. Once it says I'm at that temperature, at that point, I'm going to put my steak into the sous vide and then let it cook away. All right. So get your machine all set up, get your steak all ready, and I'll see you back in a couple hours when it's all ready. Hi everybody, we're back again. Well, Our steak is all done from being sous vide. I've cooked to actually a nice doneness to it. You know, it's medium rare, a little more on the rare side, the way I like it. It's cooked. Now, here's the last step in this process. There's a couple different ways you can finish your steak. Definitely, you can take it into a nice little cast iron frying pan, heat up some oil, and just sear it up and get that beautiful, nice little crispness around around your steak. Or I like to just add a little olive oil to it, take it down to the barbecue. I set it around 400 degrees, and then just grill it like I would grill a steak. A minute or so on each side, just to get those beautiful grill marks in that. And the steak will be absolutely dynamite on your plate now. So take a look at it. There's lots of sous vides out there you can look at, you know, and lots of, you know, recommendations, stuff like that. They, you know, and it really is, you know, look around, check, see what you want. But again, it is just a great tool to add into your kitchen for the next time you want to do steak and stuff like that. Okay. And again, all of them all have sort of the recipes built in, and you can go online and get any recipes in that. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed the class here on the art of sous vide. Again, Kitchener Market. Hey, every Saturday open from 7 till 2. All the vendors are there. We're starting to get outside now with the vendors. And again, just keep going on the kitchener.ca site just to see any protocol changes and stuff like that. I'm at the market most every Saturday. Love for you guys to come up and see me. Let me know how your sous vide goes in that. And if you got any questions about this whole sous vide process, or some hints, or maybe some recipes or spices you think you like to try on them, just come see me. You know me, I love talking about cooking and that. So to everybody out there, stay safe and see you real soon. Thanks for joining me.